What if I told you that the natural remedies you're taking for IBS, probiotics, digestive enzymes, fiber supplements, even that strict low FODMAP diet are actually making your symptoms worse? I know that sounds crazy, but stick with me for the next 10 minutes because I'm about to show you why these popular solutions are keeping you stuck in the IBS cycle instead of helping you heal. And more importantly, what you should be doing instead. Here's what usually happens. You get diagnosed with IBS. Your doctor says, try fiber or manage your stress. That doesn't work, so you turn to the natural health world. You start buying probiotics, maybe all different kinds, digestive enzymes with every meal, fiber supplements for the constipation. You go strict low FODMAP. At first, maybe you feel a little bit better, but then symptoms come back. Sometimes maybe even worse than before. So you add more supplements, try a different probiotic, go even on a more strict diet. And you're trapped in this expensive, exhausting cycle of chasing symptoms that never fully go away. Does this sound familiar? This is the IBS hamster wheel, and there's a reason you can't get off of it. I'm Marina Bedrosian, and I've spent 14 years as a functional dietitian helping women escape the exact trap. I've seen hundreds of people come to me with shopping bags full of natural remedies that are making them sicker and poorer. Today, I'm going to break down exactly why these remedies fail and what's really going on beneath your symptoms. Let me be clear, I'm not against natural remedies by any means. I use them in my practice every day. But here's the problem. Most people are using them as band-aids instead of addressing the real issue. Let's break down the 4 most common natural IBS solutions and why they often make things worse. Number 1, digestive enzymes. People take them usually because they'll say the food isn't digesting, so they need enzymes to break it down. But first off, digestive enzymes will create dependency. When you constantly supplement with enzymes, your body stops making its own. Your pancreas gets lazy. Why work when the pill does it for you? Second of all, they mask the real problem. Low enzyme production is a symptom, not the actual cause of your IBS. The real question is, why isn't your body producing enzymes? The answer? Well, your pancreas doesn't have enough cellular energy, or ATP, to make them. So mitochondrial dysfunction means that your cells literally can't power your digestive process. There's so many different types of enzymes that you can take that it's so tricky to find the right combination. If you're taking a digestive enzyme that's working for you, then consider that kind of like winning a scratch-off ticket from the lottery and only use it in the meantime while you're addressing other problems. I seldom use digestive enzymes, but when I do, it's in the phases so that we can get you healing and feeling better and then eating more foods as you get better. Because really taking digestive enzymes forever means that you're never addressing why your digestion failed in the first place. So chronic stress shuts down the production of enzymes, and toxic burden damages cells, or nutrient deficiencies will prevent enzyme production. The second supplement that we often include are probiotics. Before I get into this one, just hit like and subscribe if you like this content. Support me and I will pump out more videos like this to help educate you so that you can get rid of your IBS forever. Probiotics. People take them because we know that we have a microbiome and we want to make sure that the gut bacteria is healthy and happy. The problem is there's many different types of bacteria in your gut, and to guess which probiotic you're going to need to help you feel better, again, is kind of like playing the lottery. But in this case, it's more like playing the Powerball. Trying to guess what kind of probiotic your body needs more of is really, it's nearly impossible to do. So you can be, when you're taking a probiotic, feeding bacterial overgrowth. So probiotics, many probiotics you'll find on the shelf, will feed bacteria in your gut. And I know I can break this down a little bit further in another video, but basically, if you have bad bacteria in your gut, and you take more probiotics, it can make you feel more bloated, more gassy, and more uncomfortable. And you might have noticed that once before. A lot of people think that we need to add good bacteria to fix the gut, but you might be feeding the fire. If you have bacterial or fungal overgrowth, like SIBO, Candida, other kinds of dysbioses, you are, by adding probiotics, kind of pouring gasoline on the fire. So by adding more bacteria to an already overcrowded, imbalanced system, you could cause gas and discomfort and bloating. Random probiotic selection is like throwing darts blindfolded. Probiotics are a temporary band-aid at times. In other times, they're a temporary grenade. If you're taking probiotics and they make you feel worse, I would stop them right away. If you're not sure if they're helping you or not, I would consider coming off of them for a period of time and seeing if you notice that you're feeling worse or not. Number 3, fiber supplements. Why people take them is mostly because their doctor might suggest it, or they might think, well, I'm constipated, so this fiber might help me. There's different types of fiber supplements. I won't get into details on it, but basically, people who have IBS will either feel better with fiber, worse, or the same. So if you feel better with fiber, then great. That's wonderful. And that probably means that you can also eat a lot more fruits and vegetables and feel good too. So that is not something that's going to be a huge game changer for you. If fiber doesn't feel good to you, it's likely because it's feeding bacterial overgrowth. And that could be in your small intestines or your colon. So it could be SIBO or just good old-fashioned dysbiosis. And basically the fiber is this food for the bad bugs. More fiber creates more fermentation, which creates more gas, bloating, and pain. The second thing is your gut can't handle it. A damaged gut lining can't process fiber properly. It's like asking someone with a broken leg to run a marathon. It causes more inflammation, not less. Third, it's just the wrong solution. Constipation is usually, with IBS, is not because of not getting enough fiber. It's from poor motility. And poor motility comes from vagal nerve dysfunction, mitochondrial issues, and having too many toxins. Now, adding fiber to a gut that can't move properly can create more backup. It doesn't fix the nervous system or the cellular energy depletion that's causing your transit problems. Plus, fiber can scratch and irritate an already inflamed gut lining, preventing healing and blocking mineral absorption. Number 4, with a low FODMAP diet, it's become really popular over the last 10 or 20 years even, which is impressive. When I used to see GI doctors recommending a low FODMAP diet, it got me really excited that these doctors were coming into the world of natural medicine. However, a low FODMAP diet is not the answer to fixing your IBS. At best, it will help you feel better in the short term while we're able to help heal your body. But if you do it forever, it's going to end up starving the good bacteria from your gut. It's going to end up making your diet more and more restricted. And it is so not fun to follow. You're going to end up with more nutrient deficiencies, and that is just going to exacerbate all the struggles that you're dealing with. So people will say, okay, onions and garlic and apples and all that, those foods are a trigger for me, so I just won't eat them. But FODMAPs are actually prebiotics. That means they feed the gut bacteria, good and bad. So that's why if you have high FODMAPs in your diet and you feel really bloated and uncomfortable, it's because there's too many bad bugs. Now, long-term restriction from these FODMAP foods will decrease your symptoms, but it'll also destroy the diversity of the bugs in your gut. So you end up being more sensitive to more foods over time, not less. Secondly, the low FODMAP diet tends to create new problems, and that's where the stress part comes in, because we start to see food fear, disordered eating, and nutrient deficiencies, especially B vitamins and magnesium, social isolation, restaurant anxiety. Life becomes smaller and smaller. So we already have this stress component of IBS and throwing in the low FODMAP diet on top of it, long term, that is going to make the stress even worse. Third, your symptom relief isn't actually healing. If you feel better on a low FODMAP diet, because many people don't, but if you do feel better on a low FODMAP diet, it's temporary. It means if you avoid apples and garlic and onions and whatnot, you'll feel better, but you're just tiptoeing around the actual problem. So your symptoms might feel better initially when you're avoiding the triggers, but you're not fixing why these foods are triggering you. You're just removing the smoke alarm battery instead of putting out the fire. Fourth, you're missing a diagnostic clue. If low FODMAP helps temporarily, it's telling you something important, that you have this bacterial overgrowth. Now, somebody who does not have bacterial overgrowth, they won't have as much of that bloating after meals. If you do feel that bloating, then we'll say, okay, well, it's pretty clear, depending on how long it took you to get that bloating, it's pretty clear that you have this bacterial overgrowth. And there's likely a damaged gut and broken digestive function. So the diet masks these issues instead of actually revealing them. You never address the root cause of these pieces so that you just stay trapped in this diet forever. The real issue that all of these supplements have and they miss is that they ignore the foundation. It's almost as if you were to take a medication for your IBS. But when you're taking any of these supplements that I mentioned, most of them are Band-Aids. And the thing is, if you take them at the right time and if you use them properly, they could be a really valuable part of your journey. But if not, they're just going to add to the stress of your IBS and could help you stay in the cycle of IBS for years and years to come. Your IBS is just not about your gut. It's about your cells, which are not making enough energy. Without this energy, your organs and tissues can't function properly, and then your systems can't function properly. What that means to you is that you're not going to be producing digestive enzymes properly. You won't have a good, healthy gut lining. Your digestion might feel really slow, whether it might be food might be staying in your stomach for too long, or you might have undigested food in your stools. Now, we want to also support your detoxification. So if your cells are not working at their best, then they're not able to detoxify properly. So remember how I said, if your cells are not working well, then your tissues and your organs and your systems can't work well? Well, that's true for your digestive system, but also other parts of your body. So your lymphatic system, which is going to help flush waste out of your system as well. Your kidneys, your liver, okay? Motility, that's part of your digestion, but you can see how if your cells are too tired, your cells are like little factories. If they just don't have, let's say, if they don't have the energy to work properly, then it's kind of like the lights are out. This is mitochondrial dysfunction, and it's really the root of most chronic digestive issues. The other issue I see is toxic burden. Whether it's mold, heavy metals, chemicals, parasites, they clog up your system, and your body is just too busy fighting toxins in order to digest food properly. Your detox pathways get backed up, so everything gets sluggish. When you're stuck in this fight or flight mode, stressed out about what to eat or other things, your digestion shuts down. It's a biological fact. Your body can't rest and digest when it feels unsafe. So chronic stress, trauma, and dysregulation, it keeps your nerves, your vagus nerves, from doing its job, which is controlling stomach acid, moving things through your gut, and releasing digestive enzymes. Taking probiotics, enzymes, and fiber while ignoring cellular energy, toxic burden, and nervous system function, it's giving you something to do, but it's not actually getting you anywhere. It's a distraction. And that's why these things can be more harmful than good. It's because you're using so much time and energy chasing success with things that are never going to actually fix the problem. What to do instead? Check out my video, Is Everything You Know About IBS Wrong? In here, you'll find more details of where to start. Let me tell you about Rachel. She came to me taking about 10 different supplements, probiotics, enzymes, fiber, magnesium, you name it, spending $400 a month, but she was still bloated and still in pain. The first thing we did was we put everything away. She panicked. She said, well, what if I get worse? Well, with just 2 weeks of foundation work, her morning bloating improved. Her energy improved. By week 6, she said, I feel more stable than I have in 2 years. We eventually added back the targeted nutrition support, but only after the foundation was solid. 6 months later, she eats foods she thought she'd never tolerate again. She travels, goes to restaurants, and she's spending a fraction of what she used to on supplements. That's what happens when you address the foundation instead of just chasing symptoms. If you're ready to stop throwing money at just natural remedies that don't work and start addressing what's actually causing your IBS, I've created a free training that breaks down my complete method. Check out that video and let me know what you think. Remember, natural doesn't always mean effective, and symptom relief doesn't mean healing. Your body is capable of incredible things when you give it the right foundation. So stop chasing band-aids and start building something that lasts. I'll see you in the next video.